Good morning, students. Today we are going to start Unit 15 Carbon and its compounds. It is the last lesson in the chemistry. Okay, so Unit 15 Carbon and its compounds. And I hope everybody mark your reduced syllabus, which I posted in the group already. Those who don't mark it, just open it and mark it, because next week onwards you will have regular schools and we are going to revise the portion. Okay, so almost most of lessons were completed. In science we have only two lessons, this carbon and compounds, and one more lesson, universe. Most probably within this week we will complete that both lessons, and when you coming to school we just revise all the lessons. Okay, and now I'm going to tell what are the units in this carbon and its compounds. Take a pencil, mark it. Okay, and then we will start the lesson. So page number 172, carbon and its compounds. And what are the portions there in this lesson? Just tick it. 15.1, discovery of carbon milestone is there in the syllabus. 15.2, carbon compounds of carbon classifications. 15.21, organic compounds. 15.22, inorganic compounds, right? Next, 15.3, special features of carbon. 15.31, catenation. 15.32, tetravalency. 15.33, multiple bonds. 15.34, isomerism. 15.34 alone in the syllabus, ma'am. And this 15.35 is not in syllabus. That means allotrophy will not come for the exam. Allotrophy is not there. Then next one is 15.7. After 15.34, or other topics, 15.4, 15.5 also not in syllabus. 15.7, page number 178. 15.7, catenated long chain carbon compounds is there in the syllabus. 15.71, drawback of plastics. 15.71, that's 7.2 is not in syllabus. Next day 15.8 in the sense, page number 180. 15.8, new rules to make Tamil Nadu plastic free. Okay, 15.8. And 15.81, banded items, that are also in the syllabus. Okay, and 15.9, role of the students in prevention of plastic pollution. And 15.91, what can you do to prevent the plastic pollution. And 15.92, for daily life. So that's all in this lesson. The remaining portions, topics and all omitted portions. Okay, so we are going to see only the portions which are covered in this new syllabus, right? So page number 172. Okay, 172, carbon and its compounds. Okay, first, introduction. So carbon is one of the most important non-metallic element, and you have studied in this lesson of periodic classification what are the elements present in the periodic table. Moreover, 118 elements are there. In there, some metals are classified. They are classified into metals, non-metals, and metalloids, isn't it? These that you know very well. So this and this, carbon comes under non-metallic element. Carbon comes under non-metallic element. Okay. Anton Lavoisier named carbon from the Latin word carbo, meaning coal. Okay, who named carbon? Anton Lavoisier. Okay, the name is the Latin name carbo, meaning coal. This is because carbon is the main constituent of coal. Coal, you know very well, where we get electricity in Nile Valley, isn't it? So coal is a fossil fuel. Coal is a fossil fuel developed from a prolonged decomposition of buried plants and animals. Okay, so it is clear that all the life forms contains carbon. So all the lives, in the sense, plants, animals, human beings, everything, all the cells contain carbon, a particular amount of percentage of carbon in their body. The earth crust also contain 0.032 percentage of carbon. That means 320 parts per million by its weight. The minerals like carbonates, coal and petroleum in the atmosphere has only 0.3 percentage of carbon dioxide. Okay, so even though available in small amount of nature, carbon compounds have a immense importance in our daily life. So carbon plays a very important role in our life. So most of the things what we use in our life, what we take, food, everything contain a particular percentage of carbon. Carbon is present in our muscles, bones, organs, blood, and other components of living matter. So, large number of things which are used in our day-to-day life are made up of carbon and its compounds. So, the study branch of chemistry which deals with these is called carbon chemistry, or else it is called living chemistry. Living chemistry. So just now we are enter into the syllabus 15.1, discovery of carbon milestone. Discovery of carbon milestone. Carbon has known since ancient times in the form of soot, charcoals, and then graphite, diamonds. But ancient cultures did not realize the cause, did not realize the real usage of carbon. In 1772, the French scientist Antoine Lavoisier pooled research with a chemist to buy the diamond, and they placed in a closest glass jar. Okay, and they focused the sun rays of the diamond with a remarkable Jane magnifying glass and saw the diamond burnt and disappear. So what he did, he just take a piece of diamond and keep it in the glass jar, and he just kept the glass jar under the sunlight with a very closest heat will appear on the sunlight. The diamond start burnt and become nothing in the sense, just ash. He received only ash. So he just surprised how the strongest that stone can burnt and how it become just ash. He just surprised, and then he get interesting on research of this carbon. Lavoisier noted that the overall weight of the jar has been unchanged, and then when it burned, the diamond had combined with oxygen to form a carbon dioxide. So which is present in the diamond? Carbon. That carbon reacted with the oxygen which is present in the atmosphere and burned out, produced carbon dioxide. He concluded that diamond and charcoal were made up of same element called carbon. In 1779, the Swedish scientist Carl Skeel showed that the graphite also burned to form carbon dioxide. So, Anton Lavoisier found that the diamond has the element called carbon. Who find that graphite also burnt and formed carbon dioxide? Now, called Skeel. And in 1796, the English chemist Smithson Tennant established that diamond is a pure carbon and not a compound of carbon, and it buried to form only carbon dioxide. And Tennant also proved when equal weights of charcoal and diamonds were burned, they produced the same amount of carbon dioxide. These are the research made by Smithson Tennant. And in 1855, English chemist Benjamin Brodie produced pure graphite from carbon, and proving that graphite is a form of carbon. Diamond is a pure form of carbon, graphite is a form of carbon. Although it had been previously attempted without success, in 1955 American scientist Francis Buddy and his co-worker General Electric Company finally demonstrated the graphite could be transformed into diamond at a high pressure and temperature. So graphite may be turned into diamond with the high temperature and pressures. In 1985, the Robert Curl and Harry Cortu and Richard Smalley discovered the fluorescence of new form of carbon in which atoms are arranged in the saucer ball shapes. Graphene consists of a single layer of carbon atoms arranged in hexagons. Okay, and this and all, when you see the structure, you can get a clear idea about this. So what is the structure of graphene? What is the structure of diamond? Okay, and graphene discovered with the announcement of 2004, Kostya Novosela and Antti Jim, who used a resist tap to detach a single layer of atoms from graphite to produce the new allotropy. If these layers were stacked upon one with another, graphite would be the result. So graphene has the thickness of just one atom. Okay, so these are the history of a carbon compounds. A lot of scientists are doing their research and find out the lot of carbon compounds are available in the atmosphere. So next 15.2 compounds of carbon and its classification. So carbon is found both in free state as well as it is found in some combined things in the nature. Okay, so there are two major type of carbon compounds are there. One is organic carbon compounds, another one is inorganic carbon compounds. What is organic carbon compounds? Organic compounds which are present in the living organism. So these compounds are obtained from living organisms such as plants and animals. So the carbon compounds which is present in the living organism is called organic carbon compounds. Example, ethanol, cellulose, starch. These are all present in plants and animals. Inorganic carbon compounds means which are not obtained by the living things. It is obtained only by the non-living matter. These are the compounds contain carbon but obtained from non-living. Example, calcium carbonate, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide. These are prepared by the laboratory only. So these are all called inorganic carbon compounds. So what are the two major type of carbon compounds? Organic carbon compounds and inorganic carbon compounds. Organic carbon compounds in the sense which is present in the living organism. Inorganic carbon compounds means it is present in only non-living matter. So organic carbon compounds. There are millions of organic carbon compounds are available in nature and also synthesized manually also. Organic carbon compounds contain carbon connected with some elements like hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, etc. And thus, depending on the nature of other elements and way in which they connected with the carbon, various form of organic carbon compounds may be produced like hydrocarbons, alcohols, aldehydes, ketones, carbolic acids, amino acids. Okay, and this you will study in 10th standard. Separate lesson is there, carbon and its compounds. In this lesson you will studied about these what is meant by hydrocarbons, alcohols, aldehydes and ketones, which are carbon compounds, organic carbon compounds. Okay, and next thing is inorganic carbon compounds. As compared to organic compounds, the number of inorganic carbon compounds are limited. Organic compounds are a maximum in the atmosphere. Compared to this, inorganic carbon compounds are limited only available. Among these, oxides, carbides, sulfides, cyanides, carbonates and bicarbonates are major classes of inorganic carbon compounds. Okay, and the formation, properties and some of the uses of organic compounds are given in this tabular column. This is an important tabular column. Many 2 marks and even detail also come from this tabular column. You must study this. Okay, shall we see some of the things in this. First one is carbon monoxide. What is the molecular formula? CO, carbon monoxide. Formation, not a natural component of air, mainly added to the atmosphere due to the incomplete combustion of fuels. That means the smoke from the vehicles produced carbon monoxide, which is poisonous. It is a poisonous gas. Okay, properties only, it is a colorless, odorless, highly toxic in the sense poisons, and sparingly soluble in water. Okay, and use is when the main component of water gas. It is a reducing agent. Second one is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide occurs in nature as a free and combined form, and a combined form is found like a mineral limestone and magnetite, formed by the complete combustion of carbon and coke. When the carbon is completely burnt, it produces carbon dioxide, and its property is colorless, odorless, tasteless, and it is stable, highly soluble in water. Carbon monoxide is sparingly soluble, it is highly soluble. Okay, and it is used as a fire extinguisher and preservative for fruits, making bread, and manufacture of urea, carbonated water, nitrogenous fertilizer, and dry ice in the refrigerator. These are the usage of carbon dioxide. Next, calcium carbide. Calcium carbide molecular formula is CaC2, prepared by heating calcium oxide and coke. Its property gaseous black. Usage to manufacture graphite and hydrogen, to prepare acetylene gas for welding. Okay, and next one is carbon disulfate, CS2, carbon disulfate, directly prepared from carbon and sulfur. Property colorless, inflammable, highly poisonous gas. Usage solvent for sulfur to manufacture rayon, fungicide and insecticide. Fifth one is calcium carbonate, CaCO3, calcium carbonate, prepared by passing the carbon dioxide into solution of saccharine. Okay, and property crystalline solid, insoluble in water. Usage in the antacid. Okay, many of the contains this antacid. Next is sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate, formed by treating sodium hydroxide with the carbon dioxide, H2CO3. Property white crystalline substance, sparingly soluble in water. Usage preparation of sodium carbonate, baking antacid. So this is an important table. Contains the inorganic carbon compounds. Some of the inorganic carbon compounds, its properties may be asked in detailed question. Just go through it. Okay, and with this I will complete this lesson today. We will see the remaining topic in our next class. Thank you.